Welcome back, students. In this video I will show you solving of the next two problems, 5.3 and 5.4 of drawing number 19. Let me show it on the sheet to you. So once again I want you to solve both 5.3 and 5.4 in one single sheet. Whether it is a isometric graph sheet or white sheet, please divide it into two equal parts like this. Okay, let me take up the problem number 5.3 now. Okay, 5.3, it's a problem on hexagonal prism. It says draw the isometric projection of a hexagonal prism of edge of base 25 mm and axis 60 mm resting on HP on its base. So the base is on HP. In other words, the base is on a horizontal plane. So when it is on a horizontal plane, you know how to draw the isometric projection. When it is in a horizontal plane, we make use of both the inclined axis and draw its isometric projection. Okay, so this must be clear to you. Because the base is on HP, we draw the isometric projection of the base on a horizontal plane. Okay, in other words, we make use of both the inclined axis. Just now you have seen in the previous video how to draw the isometric projection of a circle in horizontal position and vertical position. For horizontal position, we make use of both the inclined axis. Okay, but before that, as usual, you have to draw the isometric scale first. I am not doing it here. So you can do the isometric scale first, then draw an actual hexagon. The hexagon is of 25 mm edge. You know how to draw a hexagon. You draw a circle with radius of the circle equal to side of the hexagon. Now I am drawing the hexagon here. The hexagon can be drawn in any position or any regular position. I am going to start by taking this as the edge. Okay, this is a regular hexagon. The edge is 25 mm. So you have drawn it with actual lengths. So I have taken corners on both the sides. If you want, you can keep the edges also here. You have another regular hexagon taking edges here. So any hexagon you can draw. And then this you can draw using dark lines. Then enclose it in a box like this. The box will be drawn using light lines. This line will go through the corners. These two lines have gone through the edges, whereas these two lines will go through the corners of the hexagon. So you have to keep this ready first, okay, before you attempt drawing the isometric projection. Now I will call this as O, this as A, and this as B. Because you are doing it for the first time, let me name the corners of the hexagon as well. Let us say this is P, Q, R, S, T, U. In normal practice, we don't name the corners, but this is since we are doing it for the first time, I have named the corners. Done. As I already told you, you should be ready with your isometric scale here. Okay. So I am not doing it here. Isometric scale is there readily already. Yes, now I am going to draw the isometric projection of the prism. For that, we will be starting with the base first. So base somewhere here you can start and leave some space here for drawing the top face. So I will start with the bottommost position. The base is on HP. So I am going to make use of both the inclined axis. 30-degree axis. This is also 30-degree. Both are 30-degree to the horizontal. Now please concentrate on the box. Okay, you have one edge OA here, the other edge OB for the box. I'll take isometric length of OA on this axis. So I'll call this O dash A dash. This is isometric length of OA. This is the actual length of OA. This you will keep here on the actual scale. Let us say this is O. This is actual scale. You will keep actual length here OA. Drop a perpendicular. This is A dash. So this is isometric length of OA. Okay. Similarly, find the isometric length of OB as well. OB will be slightly smaller than OA. OB, keep it there. Draw a perpendicular. This is B dash. This is isometric length of OB. That you are going to mark on the other axis. Let us say this is B dash. Now you will complete the rhombus by drawing two isometric lines. Remember, all these lines are light lines, construction lines. Another isometric line here to complete the rhombus. Done. So this is the isometric projection of the box in a horizontal plane. Horizontal plane we have done because the base is on HP. Now on this I have to produce the hexagon. For that, what will you do? Just look at this distance O to P. Okay, so take it on the actual scale O to P. Drop a perpendicular from there, P dash. This is the isometric length of OP. So that you can mark here. I'll call it P dash. Similarly, this distance also will be same. Okay, you can make use of the same distance and mark Q dash. Similarly, this from this corner to here, you can say it is S dash. And then this distance T dash. So 4 corners you already got. Okay, just with one distance, you have made use of this isometric length of OP. Now you are left with the points R and U. Now you can measure the distance O to U. Okay, put it on the actual scale O to U. Drop a perpendicular. This perpendicular is perpendicular to XY line, OX line. Okay, not perpendicular to this line. Please remember, this angle is 90. So this is U dash. So O to U dash, that will be the isometric length of OU. So I'll call it U dash. Similarly, you can mark R dash. Naturally, they will be the midpoint of these edges. Now you connect all the points using light lines. Don't make them dark, because some of these lines may not appear when you complete the prism. So what the other observation what you should make is, when you make the isometric projection, all the edges will not be of equal length. That is another observation you should make. Okay, the edges will have, it is the appearance that matters here. Okay, so the edges will have different lengths. So you got the base of the prism now. Okay, now how to get the top face? One way of doing it is, you already have 4 corners of the box. So at each corner you will erect perpendiculars equal to the height of the prism, which is 60 mm. Perpendiculars in the sense you are making lines along the third axis. You have already made use of 2 axes. There is another axis which is the vertical axis. Okay, so what I will do is, I will choose these 4 corners of the box. At each corner I will draw perpendiculars equal to ISO 60. Okay, so mark 60 mm on this first. Okay, then drop a perpendicular. Okay, find its length, isometric length of 60. Okay, so ISO 60. Those who have isometric graph sheet, you can measure ISO 60 on the graph itself. Use your compass from one point to another point. 6 divisions you can take. ISO 60 you can take on the graph sheet itself. Now I am going to mark the distance along these verticals. Each vertical will be ISO 60. Now connect the tips of the perpendiculars drawn. You will get the box for the top face. all these lines are thin lines. So this is another rhombus which is symmetrical to this. Okay. Now you will adopt the same procedure what you have adopted for drawing this hexagon. Okay. Whatever distance you had used here for getting P dash, you can also use it here. So this is P dash, another Q dash, this is S dash, this is T dash. Similarly, U dash and R dash. So no change in distances, we have made use of the same distances. Now you can make this completely dark. This is the top face of the prism. All the edges will be visible, all of them, all the 6. That's the top face. Okay. Now you can connect the corresponding corners of the top face and base. This T dash will connect with this T dash. That should become perpendicular or vertical. That's it. So that is the prism, hexagonal prism. You are able to show 3 lateral faces of the prism. The remaining 3 faces are not visible. It's not required to show them using dotted lines. That's very important. In isometric projection, we don't show the invisible edges or we don't show the dotted lines. Okay. Now the visible portion you can make dark. That's it. So either you can retain the invisible edges as thin lines or you can erase them. Some of the examiners say you retain the construction lines. They want to make sure that you have adopted proper procedure, and or you can erase them as well. Okay. So this is about the hexagonal prism. I'll come back and show you how to do the pyramid. Okay, I'll take a short break and come back and show you how to draw a pyramid. You can have a look at this.